Hello everybody, welcome in, welcome back, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa and this is North Star Energy Healing. I hope you're all doing well today on this beautiful Saturday, June 14th. Whenever you come to this reading, that's fine. My readings are timeless unless my guides say otherwise. All right, so we will get right into it. My guides seem to be giving me different ways and different decks and different things today for whatever reason. I just did a Virgo reading that was totally different than any type of spread I've ever done. And this reading for you guys and gals, they wanted me to use decks I don't often use, but I am all for it. Whatever they want me to do, however they want to get their messages over to you and across to you, I am going to listen to them. Please remember, this is a collective reading, not a one-to-one. A general reading, collective reading, however you want to say. So take what resonates and leave the rest. If you want a one-to-one with me, I'm more than happy to do so, either live over Zoom or pre-recorded, whichever you prefer. Just send me an email and we can get that set up. Okay, so Aquarius. The first thing was they wanted me to use Divine Masters, and they said, we want you to get who is going to be the ruler of this reading. And I'm like, ruler? Yes, the ruler of your reading today. So Divine Masters by Kyle Gray. The card that came out is called Jawal Cool, Divine Mission, Enlightened Action, Make Choices from the Heart. So he is presiding over this reading, ruling over this reading today for you Aquarians. Like I said, my guides have given me different ways of doing these things today. So with this card, you are being guided to know that your current situation is an opportunity to evolve as a spiritual being, having a human experience. Think beyond your current needs and try to see the bigger picture. Okay, so he wants you to see the bigger picture, to understand that you are a spiritual soul being in a human body here on this physical planet having a physical experience. All right, so that is the energy presiding over this reading for you Aquarians. And then they wanted me to use the Tree of Life Oracle. So typically it's 3 oracle cards and then the tarot. He came out and then the High Priestess came out. And then I shuffled and 2 cards came out. I put them back. I shuffled and I said, please give me 1 card. They gave me 2 cards again. I thought about it. I meditated. I asked them and they said, yes, this is what we want. So, okay, we have 3. This is the Tree of Life Oracle by David Wells. All right. So the first card out from there was the 13th Path, the High Priestess. True knowledge, peace, and inner light. All right, so we're going to see more into that right now. The 13th Path, the High Priestess. High Priestess is all about your connection with your guides, with spirit. It's about your meditation. It's about all about that connection. I love how the beautiful rainbow prism is coming through. She has a scroll in her hand, and there is also a bow and arrow there and a dog. Right? And there's also a camel that I'm just now seeing. So camel, dog, scroll, bow, and arrow. All right, let's see. Moving between Tifereth and Kether, this path reveals a rainbow bridge crossing the abyss that holds all your excuses and all your distractions. Can you focus on the moon, the planet of this path? If so, true illumination is yours. Right? We just did have that full moon in Sagittarius. I think it was a flower moon, if I'm correct, on the 11th. So that was just a couple days ago. We're still feeling the energies of the moon. All right, so many moon goddesses share the title High Priestess. She's the power that holds the knowledge of your inner being. And she walks across the abyss between soul and spirit with confidence, right? So you have Jawal Cool, the Divine Mission, Enlightened Action, Make Choices from the Heart, and then you have the High Priestess, True Knowledge, Peace, and Inner Light. When we make choices and decisions from the heart, we definitely feel more peaceful. When we're making choices based on monetary things, jobs, or whatever other people think we should do, that's when we get into trouble, right? All right. And then the next card out was the Soul Triangle. The Soul Triangle. Mystical, soul-led harmony. The Soul Triangle. Mystical, soul-led harmony. And you can see there that there's two markings on there. This, I think, is I don't know what that is. Wow, Lisa. Okay. And sometimes when I'm in channel mode, I can't think. So there looks like there's maybe a divine master in the middle, and there's it looks like it's trying to depict all different types and ethnicities of people, right? The Soul Triangle. A triangle between Geburah, which was your next card, right? Geburah, Chesed, and Tifereth. Tifereth also was in with the High Priestess. Might, mercy, and harmony. Combining these forces to find a way through may not always be easy, but will produce soul growth. And as the soul grows, the seas calm and problems are handled with ease. This middle triangle truly embraces the principles of the soul: understanding, might, and mercy. Right? There's a time for might and there's a time for mercy, in other words. You and you alone must decide what energy is needed, where, and when. Silent contemplation could help you hear the voice of your soul. The uncomfortable truths that sit in your body won't go away until they are recognized and acted upon. And what was remember in the High Priestess, it said something about the rainbow bridge with all of your, hold on, let me see. Moving between Tifereth and Castle, this path reveals a rainbow bridge crossing the abyss that holds your excuses and distractions. Right. So it looks like this is kind of a message about your divine mission, whatever you're here to do, recognizing that you have distractions and, Lisa, I can't think of the words. Excuses and distractions for not doing what you know you should do. And going inward is what can help you get there. All right, now we need to read about the third card, which is a number 5. 5 is change. It has that same symbol. I don't know why I can't remember. It must be, is it the female symbol? Oh my God. Okay. Or the masculine feminine symbol. Okay, it's male. All right, so that is the male sign. Now I remember because it's in the... Of course, when I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, what's wrong with you? Okay, so male energy coming through because we had that symbol here and we have it again here. This is a very fiery card. You see there's a snake with its jaws open. There is a female wielding a sword but with a male symbol on top. And it looks like she's standing in amongst a bunch of crystals. Might, discipline, and karma. Number 5 on the Tree of Life, Geburah is home to the Lord of Karma. The planet is Mars. Oh, that's why all the red. You're operating on a soul level here, so the choices you make have far-reaching consequences. This is all about your soul and your mission, Aquarius. Whatever it is for you or whatever you're feeling about that, your purpose, your mission, etc., your karma. This is really coming up strong. A warrior queen ready for battle. She reminds you to choose your battles wisely. Have the courage to keep moving forward, and when needed, go full speed ahead. So, wow. All right. Peace, inner light, might, discipline, karma. Make choices from the heart, make enlightened actions. And then with that soul triangle, it also was talking about the 3 might, mercy, and harmony. So this is already a huge message, Aquarius, of what you're doing when you're expressing your might, when you're feeling harmonious, when you're expressing mercy, and knowing the difference and knowing when to use those types of emotions, when to use that type of response, right? Might or mercy, harmony, right? Making choices from the heart. And sometimes we have to be a disciplinarian, especially when it comes to children that we're raising, right? So letting our kids just do whatever they want and walk all over us is not doing them any good. In our heart of hearts, in our inner knowing, we know when we need to put up boundaries, when we need to be the disciplinarian, and when we need to have mercy, right? When our kids make mistakes, and I don't know why they're telling me to say these things. When our kids make mistakes, we need to not go at them, because the truth is, when I was going to say not go at they're giving me so much, it's hard to, so we don't want to go at them with the mighty, Thor's hammer type energy, right? We want to come from a place of love. We want to show mercy, but we also want to have them be disciplined and discipline themselves. Oh my gosh, this is just nuts. Okay, everything is jumping out here. All right, let's put these up and see what we have. 3 of Cups, celebration. 3 of Wands, choices. 6 of Wands, trying to have a new beginning with the same old baggage. The Chariot, trying to move forward but being pulled in 2 different directions. The Hierophant, wisdom, knowledge, tradition, and justice, balance. I mean, this whole thing has already been about balancing things out, right? Balancing things out. Hold on one second. Okay, Aquarius, let's try to take this in. All right, so before we get into the tarot, Jawal Kul, divine mission, enlightened action, make choices from the heart. 13th path of the High Priestess, that bridge that is holding your excuses and your obstacles. I don't remember the exact words, right? True knowledge, peace, and inner light, going within, right? And understanding what it is that either you're making excuses about, or what things and obstacles are in your path that you need, that you're being distracted. That was it, distractions. Don't be distracted off your path. Okay, and then the soul triangle, the balance between grace and mercy. Let's say, I know that's not the exact words, but that's what they're giving me right now. The balance between grace and mercy, right? Discipline, knowing when to discipline somebody. And then 5, Gabura, and the overall word for that card is severity, right? We don't want to be severely disciplining people. We don't want to use what I'm calling severe mercy, meaning don't be a doormat, okay? So that so far is what we have here. Not being distracted, right? Calling on the High Priestess, calling on your inner guidance, your soul guidance, your intuition to know basically when to set the boundaries, when to move forward, what to let go of, really, in this. Lots of male energy here, because we have the male symbol, and we have the male who's overseeing this reading. The High Priestess energy does come through a little bit, so balance, right, between the masculine and the feminine. Okay, let's see what we have for tarot. 3 of Cups. This is a celebration, right? 3s are creation and collaboration. Who are you collaborating with? What are you celebrating, right? Maybe you're celebrating some sort of download or enlightenment that you've recently had, some sort of wake-up call, some sort of, aha moment, right? That's what they're giving me. So 3s are a good thing. This is a very good card. This is a good card of celebrating and happy, right? So maybe you're doing some celebrating regarding something that you've accomplished, possibly something you've accomplished with friends, or maybe it's just a celebration of somebody's birthday. Who knows? Tomorrow's Father's Day. Maybe it's going to be that. Then you have another 3, right? 3 of Wands. Okay, in this deck, the 3 of Wands is a choice card. 3s are creation and collaboration. Who will you create with? Who will you collaborate with? Are you going to stay? Are you going to go? What are you going to do? Okay, Wands are action and passion. What are you feeling passionate about at this time? What is it that you need to balance out between boundaries, discipline, mercy, love, those types of things? Then you have the 6 of Swords. Swords being communication. This is somebody who is going to a new place, a new destination, a new thought pattern, a new process. But she's got all 6 swords with her. You can't carry all of your old baggage. 6s are harmony. You're not going to have harmony. And funny enough, 3 plus 3 is 6. So this could have something to do with, if we're looking at all those together, how are you going to celebrate if you're still thinking about old patterns and old beliefs? You can even see how there's like this dark kind of straggly bush right by those 3 swords, and it's all lit up in the front. Yeah, it's really hard to celebrate your wins if you're beating yourself up about something you didn't accomplish. Wow, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so 3 of Cups, celebration, 3 of Wands, making a decision about how you're going forward, and that 6 of Swords, actually doing it, going forward, but making sure that you leave what you don't need behind. Don't carry all that baggage with you. All those things that you've told yourself or other people have told you about not succeeding. Just leave that behind. You don't need that, okay? And then moving down to the next row, you have the Chariot. This can be Cancer energy, the energy of the sign of Cancer. Maybe some of you have Cancer placements, but the Chariot, which is a 7, which is reflection, she still has something to figure out. While you'd love to gallop on, the Sphinxes aren't going to go anywhere because Sphinxes don't pull chariots, right? In other decks, it's horses that are going in 2 different directions. So the Chariot can mean some sort of decision that needs to be made before you can go forward. It can also sometimes be a feeling of not knowing which way to go, right? And this is where your intuition comes in, right? Your enlightened action, making choices from the heart, right? Discerning, whether you're going forward in love and honor and integrity, or if something is making you feel severe and possibly some anger. Thank you, Spirit. You don't want to move forward in that way, right? You want to, as the 6 of Swords is telling you, leave that stuff behind. All right. And then you have the Hierophant. This can be traditions, education, wisdom. It's a 5, so that is change, right? The Hierophant is also the card for Taurus. So Taurus is the bull. They can be bullheaded. So Aquarians, are you getting a little Taurusy right now? Where you're like, it's my way or the highway, or this is what I want to do. I don't care about the consequences. Time to stop and think, okay? This can also be the card of changing tradition, breaking from tradition, doing something differently, doing it your own way, right? Can also be that. Oh my gosh, Lisa, get it in there. And then you have Libra. So you have Cancer, Taurus, and Libra all in your reading. Now look at this. Justice, balance. We were talking about balance from the beginning with those oracle messages about the balance between, mercy and discipline. So this is definitely telling us, Aquarians, you have some balancing out to do, okay? She's blindfolded and she can't really see what she's balancing. She's going by feel. Use your intuition. How does it feel? The other thing about this card is she has 1 sword. 1 sword is truth, okay? You've got to go forward being truthful to yourself, right? You can't lie to yourself. You can try, but it isn't going to work because your soul knows, all right, when that's happening. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that Spirit has to say on this. I'll use my mini Gilded Tarot and see if there's anything else. I really feel like this reading is all about you balancing things out and knowing, Aquarians, when to, because I know sometimes Aquarians have a hard time because they're so intelligent, and can be very analytical about things, you know. Um, and sometimes it's hard to be a little bit softer and come from a place of love, but that's definitely what that Jawal Cool is trying to tell you. Make choices from the heart. Make enlightened choices from the heart, right? Okay. Anything else? No? Okay, that's all they want right now. So let's see what we have. Okay, the first one, Page of Wands. This is a message from Spirit trying to get through with those two cardinals. You have the two pages that are both messengers. Tune in. One has two cardinals, one has two blue jays. And that these cards are the ones that I typically say, this is indicative of your ancestors, your guides, your intuition is trying really hard to get through to you, and you're either ignoring what you know you should be doing or saying, or you're just not seeing it. And here we go with the King of Swords. There is an element of truth for sure, because there's one sword with the King, there's one sword with the Page, there's one sword with Lady Justice. You also have one sword in your Severity card. So lots of cards that have one sword, Sword of Truth. The Ace of Swords is the true sword of truth, but my guides have given me that when we have a card with one sword, there's an element of truth, because swords represent thoughts, words, communication, right? So the King, I often say the King of Swords is Aquarius, because Aquarius is very intelligent, very wordy sometimes. So this is definitely telling you that this is your reading, Aquarius. All right. You've got to get things balanced. You've got to know when to, they always give you the know when to hold them and know when to fold them, right? Know when to walk away and know when to run. Know when the thing is over and done with and it's time to move on, right? That Chariot, moving on. Know when it's time to say, okay, I can't do any more with this, but remember to come from it heart-based, okay? Heart-based. True knowledge, peace, inner light, might, discipline, and karma. Some of the challenges you may have, remember with that Rainbow Bridge talking about that, are because you have karma to work out in this, you know, human path that you're on, right? So remembering, I think it was in that Jawal Cool card talking about you are a spiritual being on a physical planet having a physical life. And so that can be very challenging, very hard, but we are working through karma, right? We are working through whatever we've done in our past lives. Trying to get through that, trying to erase that, trying to balance the karma. Thank you, Spirit. All right, what is the Animal Oracle card that my Aquarians need to hear from right now today for this reading, please? What is the Animal Oracle card? I have a new deck and it's really big, so it's a little bit harder for me to shuffle. But they'll get the card that you need. I trust them. What is the card for my Aquarians today? What animal do they need to hear from to close out this reading of balance? Balance, harmony, inner knowing, love. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't believe June is halfway done already. This is so crazy how quick it goes. I mean, I feel like it was just January and now we're headed into July. Okay, Spirit, you're going to have to help me with this, please. These cards are so big. I can barely get my hand around them. Spirit, please help me. Help me. Help my Aquarians have the card that they need to have. What is the animal message you would like from my Aquarians, please? What is the animal message for my Aquarians? I'm going to try to shuffle them lengthwise, I guess. They'll give us one. We just have to be patient. I hope you're all having a great weekend. I hope you have a great Father's Day if you celebrate it. I don't have any living fathers, so it's not something that I celebrate. My husband became the stepfather to my children when they were already, my son was 16 and my daughter was 30. So there's not, you know what I mean. But it's okay. I appreciate him on that day. All right. What is the animal? Wow, okay, now it's going pretty well. Oh, boy. All right, 2. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you. All righty. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Squirrel, always prepared. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. There is that balance again, right? Right, Aquarians? Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. What were we saying? That was the rainbow bridge in that High Priestess card. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. Yes, that's 6 of Swords, planning for the future. And then Lynx, keeper of secrets. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. Exactly, exactly. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. So when this card comes up, I often say that you may hear something about someone or about someone's life or about something that someone is going through, and you will need to not spread, those rumors around, right? So something may come up in the near future where somebody tells you a secret or you hear some sort of gossip. Don't participate in that, okay? Take the high road. Take the high road, right? Yeah, definitely. Okay, Aquarians, that is what I have for you today. That is what Spirit has for a message. Keep things in balance, keep things in check, possibly dealing with a Cancer, Libra, or Taurus. All right? I hope this has helped. Please do give it a like, a thumbs up, a share, so that it can get going around YouTube. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.